This segment is sponsored by Nemacolin. Nemacolin is a luxurious resort in Pennsylvania's rural Laurel Highlands. It's a place where real life magic happens, but it's also a place that tries to spread that magic and wonder into their local community. I chatted with managing director of Nemacolin, Trey Matthew, about their spirit of giving. Trey, thank you so much for having us here. I know this is a wonderful season here at Nemacolin, but what is the vibe? What is the essence? What do you tell people when they come here to visit that they should experience?
Kristen, that's a great question about Nemacolin. I think, I've started with the property over 20 years ago. And I think in my time here, my philosophy on what Nemacolin is a collection of collections.
Okay.
And so when you look at what do we have here, we collect everything from artwork with the $50 million collection that our owner and president, Maggie Hardy, has put together with our late father. That was sort of their hobby, to activities and amenities, which I'm sure you've tried a bunch of here at the resort.
Quite enjoyed it.
We collect everything from architecture. So if you look at the chateau, it is a rendition of the Ritz in Paris and done in that style. If you look at the Grand Lodge, it just opened, it's Tudor style. If you look at Falling Rock, it's Frank Lloyd Wright style, and calls on Falling Water, which is only about 20 minutes away from the property. So the best way I can say from a vibe is that we're a collection of collections.
I love that. And so you mentioned Maggie Hardy, and what is the heart that she has put into this place?
I believe it's passion and has been. The story of Nemacolin is a great story, and that Maggie had actually talked to her father, Joe Hardy, who started 84 Lumber, and said, "Dad, I'm in school, but what I really want is a little fishing cabin." And Nemacolin came up to auction in 1987. He came out to buy, quote unquote, this fishing cabin for Maggie, and ended up buying an entire resort with golf course, with a landing strip, with a 37-room inn. And then Maggie's first job was really the general manager of this property. So when you've got someone that's been involved from the beginning and has been there every single step of the way and is very involved in the operation, knows all of our associates. And one of my favorite things from her that really tells about her heart is that she'll say, "I've got two bosses. The first are the guests, second are the associates."
And Maggie really takes care of everybody.
Maggie insisted that we started a project we're calling Wisteria. So we built housing for the community, 2-bedroom condos, but they weren't just any, they were luxury finishes as we're trying to bring people into a luxury environment. We built a market that is only open for our associates to use. We built a rec center and a pub just for our associates to create the sense of community in the middle of a very rural area. And that's, most projects don't start that way.
Right, no, you don't see that too often. So you talk about building a community, but I know here at Nemacolin, it's about giving back to the community. Can you speak a little bit about just the philanthropic aspect of this place?
Yeah, it's interesting being Nemacolin in Fayette County. We're the largest employer in the county. And as such, and with Maggie, who also owns 84 Lumber, our parent company, she feels the need to give back to the community. So we just finished up, just last weekend, our Light Up Night. And in Light Up Night, we gave over $8 million in donations and partnerships to the local community. So one of the things that's neat about here, the local EMS, the ambulance service, couldn't operate in this area unless we give them a donation every year. We give money away to the local fire department, to Project Bundle Up, which we've been doing for 40 years in the area out of Pittsburgh, providing coats to people that can't afford it, to the food bank, the Pittsburgh Food Bank, which also hits Fayette County. We've been partnering with them for years, and it flows through. And then our biggest thing, which we're very excited about, was a partnership with West Virginia University, which is about 25 minutes, 30 minutes away from the property, for the naming of the hospitality school. And super excited about the future of hospitality in this region specifically. And there's something about, I'll put it to the region, maybe it's Nemacolin specifically, but about truly wanting to help people. And you don't see that everywhere. And so I think that fosters from Maggie Hardy.
All right, Trey, I think we all want to know, though, what does the future look like here at Nemacolin? What can we expect that's coming up?
The future is bright. We're just about to take off the chateau for a massive renovation. We'll have that done by Memorial Day. We have 2 new restaurant concepts that'll be there by Memorial Day, or summer of 2024 as well. First is Gusto, Italian concept, and cooking classes and wine courses and all fun stuff. We also have Nightcap, which is going to be our nightclub on property. A variety of entertainment, everything from burlesque to comedians to musicians, and all sort of a fun variety show that we have down there. Also taking a look a little bit later in the fall, we'll be looking at the casino renovations, which we just took operational control of a few months ago. So that's really exciting for us. And then finally, we'll be addressing the spa as well. So brand new spa and bringing more wellness concept onto the property, and should be very exciting. It is probably the most exciting job I've ever had, and at the most exciting property I've ever been in.
Wonderful. Well, we hope you enjoyed our Nemacolin week here on Great Day, Washington as much as we did. And if you're ready to book your stay at this luxurious resort, just head on over to nemacolin.com.